Hi, it's Rick with Phoneware. I'm going to give you some quick training on the Astra 6757i telephone. This also applies to the Astra 6737i phone. Before we get started, you want to make sure that you've got one of these. This is the quick reference guide for the Astra 6700 series phones. We're going to be running through this for the training. If you don't have this particular document, head on over to azphoneware.com on your internet browser, and then under Supports and Downloads, download the file called the Astra 6700 Series Telephone Quick Reference User Guide right here, okay? All right, first of all, a quick overview of the phone. We'll start from the top to the bottom. On the very top right up here, hard to see on the edge of the screen there, but is a station status light. This will light up, flash when you've got messages, and also light up steady when you're on a call. We've got a large display here, 6 programmable buttons on each side of the display. And since the button labels are electronic, you've also got a More button here, which allows you to go to second pages of features. Okay, so you have multiple pages of features there. Below the display here, we've got the navigation keys, left, right, up, down, which we'll use in certain menus. Of course, your keypad. To the left here, we've got goodbye options, hold, redial, volume down, volume up. Over here, we've got 4 line buttons, and we've got speaker and headset button. Now, one thing about lines on the on cloud-based phones, since there really are no lines, these just represent calls on your phone and no one else's. So if I've got a call here on line 1, and I put this call on hold on my phone, then that call is going to only be on hold on my phone and not on someone else's. If I want to put this call on hold so that someone else can pick the call up, I'm going to use the park button up here. Okay? When I put a call on park, it'll be flashing for all the phones in the office to pick up. Okay, now we're going to run through the steps on our quick reference guide. So if you've got that, go ahead and follow along. So to make a call, basically just dial your number. You don't have to dial 9 or grab a line first or anything like that. I pre-dialed the number here, and then I'll just push the line, and then that call will be placed. Okay?
Your phone number is.
So that's pretty easy. If you pick up the handset first, it'll grab a line for you, and now when I dial a number, the phone's going to wait a few seconds to make sure that I'm finished dialing before it actually places that call. If I want to speed that up, what I can do is, like I just showed you, dial the number and then push the line button, or then pick up the handset. So that's called pre-dialing. The other thing that I can do is I can press the dial option right here on my menu. See that? So if I push dial, that makes the call go through. It's like a send button on your mobile phone. You'll see that there are a number of things in common with these phones and mobile phones. Phone also has a redial button. When you push that, it'll scroll through your most recently dialed numbers. I've only been dialing the same number over and over again for the most part, so that's all I see there. ICOM is the intercom feature. My ICOM button here is on page 2. It's going to be on a different place on your phone. But if I press ICOM and then dial an extension number, or press ICOM and push an extension button, then I'll be broadcasting through the speaker of the called extension of the person that I've called. Okay? So that's ICOM. To answer a call, just lift your handset. You can also push the speaker button or the line button to answer a call. When you end a call, either hang up the handset or push the red goodbye button right here. To put a call on hold, and remember, when you put a call on hold, it can only be picked up by you. Hit the hold button, and that call will go on hold on whichever line you're on. The monitored extension buttons I talked about earlier here, these will show other people in the office if any of these phones are in use. Then, as a matter of fact, that's me. So let's see. I should be able to demonstrate that. Yeah. So since my extension is in use, it lights up, and it even shows a little phone off the hook icon there. Okay. So those are monitored extension buttons. We'll talk about the different kinds of transfer. So I've got both a supervised transfer and a blind transfer. A supervised transfer allows me to announce the call to the party that I'm transferring to before I send it through. And a blind transfer is basically sending that call through blindly. Okay? To perform a supervised transfer, well, you've got the call, like so. I've got my call here. To perform a supervised transfer, I push the transfer option right here on my screen. I dial the extension number that I want that call to go to, okay, 1699, and then I push dial. And that's going to call extension 1699, which might be in voicemail. It is, sorry. I'm going to drop that call. Pick that call back up off of hold. Okay, so if I pressed transfer, extension number, you saw the dial option. That actually allowed me to talk to the person. Then I would push transfer again, and that call would go through. Okay, so that's a supervised transfer. Also, if I wanted to use my one-touch buttons while I'm on the call, I would have pushed the transfer option. Again, I don't see it right now because I'm not on a call, but it would have been right here. Transfer, hit the button that I want to transfer it to, talk to the person, and then transfer again to send that call. So that's a supervised transfer. If you want to do a blind transfer, basically when you're on a call, you press transfer, dial the extension number, and transfer again, and the call will be gone instantly, okay? You can also use the direct dial button. So while I've got this call here, if I wanted to transfer that to 1699, I would just hit that button without pushing transfer first, and the call would be immediately gone to that other party without me announcing the call first. So those are the two types of transfer to an extension. You can also transfer a call to someone's voicemail. To do that while you're on the call, tell the person, of course, that you're going to be transferring them. Press transfer. Again, I would see a transfer option right here, and then dial the number 8. Then dial the person's extension number, like for me it'd be 1699, and then transfer again. Call's instantly gone, and the next thing the caller hears is the greeting for that person in the office that I sent the call to. So in this example, I'm using Greg. So if I did transfer 81699 transfer, then the first thing that they would hear is, "Hi, this is Greg. Sorry I've missed your call, blah, blah, blah." Okay? Now let's talk about that park feature, which we mentioned earlier. So let me make my test call here again. I mentioned earlier, if I put the call on hold, then it's just on hold on my phone, and no one else in the office can pick that call up except for me. But if I pick that call up from hold now and I put it on park, now the call is on park, and it's now flashing on the park button on all the phones in the office. And so anyone can go to their phone, push the flashing park button, and then that'll move the call down to their line 1, and then they'll have that call. Okay? So that's how park works. You can also manually pick up a call from park if you've got like a conference room speakerphone or something like that that doesn't have the park buttons on it. Just dial the park code. So see where it says park *01? If you go to any phone and you just dial *01, you'll get that call. That's the code for park. Conference calling is really easy. If I've got one call here and I want to conference that, so you see my conference option right here. So I tell the person, hold on, I'm going to conference in another call, push conference, make the second call like this, and use the dial option again. After I dial the number, I push dial. When the second person answers, I say, hey, we're all going to get together, and I push conference again. And now I've got both of my calls conferenced together, and since they're both recordings talking on top of each other, with me talking, it's quite a cacophony. So we'll hang that up. Okay, so that's conference calling. Do not disturb, pretty self-explanatory. If I put myself in do not disturb, it lights up. It shows do not disturb on. And then anyone who tries to call me will go straight to my voicemail. Okay? So use do not disturb when you're not in your office, when you don't want to be bothered. Obviously when you leave at the end of the day. To pick up your voicemail, just hit the voicemail button right here. The system will prompt you to put in your PIN, and then you can access the voicemail system. This is a very feature-rich voicemail system. On the very back of this quick reference guide, it shows all the different voicemail features and the codes to get into those, but it walks you through all of it. Lastly, there is also a COM portal, the user COM portal here. If you visit azphoneware.com and log into the portal, you're going to log in with your phone's direct dial phone number, the 10-digit number for your phone, and your default password. Your password should be printed on your user guide right here. This is blank though. If you don't know what your password is, contact your system administrator or contact our service department, and we can give that information to you. That's about it on the Aastra 6757i. A few more bits of information on the back of the quick reference guide here as far as access codes and feature codes, and also contact information for our service department, etc. So that's it. If you have any questions, give us a call. Thanks.